Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Joe and welcome to a brand new video, and today we have another episode in the Patreon Loadout series. And if you don't know what this series is, essentially it's a compilation of screenshots that my patrons have sent me of some of their favourite loadouts that they use. These loadouts can be ranging from like 0.5 keys all the way up to loadouts worth in the thousands of keys. The idea is you guys may take some inspiration for your own loadouts, just see some nice loadouts and maybe some cosmetic combinations that you haven't thought about using before. And I've got a ton of loadouts here from my patrons and I can't wait to get into them. So I guess before we get into the video, I may as well address the elephant in the room. My voice is still not quite on top form. I am getting better. I've been ill over the past few days and I was losing my voice, but it's on the way back, so hopefully you can look past that. And without further ado, let's get straight into the first loadout. So this first loadout is DAVETHERAVE'S DEMOMAN loadout, and it consists of the Dynamite Abs, a Hat of Undeniable Wealth and Respect, and the Dangerous 2. Of course, the Golden Pan is a pretty big one. This is actually the same golden pan that I borrowed in my recent golden pan videos. So yeah, this is a really nice loadout. I've always told Dave whenever I've played with him in videos and streams and stuff that I really do like the Hat of Undeniable Wealth and Respect. I always wanted one back in the day. It's just kind of like a staple piece in my opinion of like expensive TF2 items. It's quite interesting to see the Dangerous 2 though. It's not really a sunglasses item that we use at all, but it looks really cool, especially with the Hat of Undeniable Wealth and Respect. It really does stand out. But overall, a really nice loadout to kick this episode off. And coming up next, we have Dr. Habit's Medic loadout. And this loadout consists of a Miami Knights Baron von Havon plane, a Colonel's coat, and the Tomb Readers, all painted white. Now, I really like the Baron von Havon plane. It's never really an unusual you see used. I think it's quite a low tier medic unusual, and the only time I've really seen these is in kind of like trades. So it's really nice to actually see it in a loadout, and I really like how the goggles of this look with the Tomb Readers as well. It's like he's got two pairs of goggles on his head, just to be on the safe side. You can never have too many. But the white paint on all of the cosmetics looks really nice, especially on those Tomb Readers, the way the kind of like red shades have been turned white to go with the rest of the loadout. It looks really nice. And even like the pastel colours of the Medigun and the Ubersaw as well. We can't see the Ubersaw, but I can see it's quite a pastel colour. It just really goes with this loadout. The Miami Knights colour scheme goes perfectly with them, and just overall it's a really cool looking loadout. And also from Dr. Habit, we have this sniper loadout consisting of a Disco Beat Down Your Worst Nightmare, a purple painted Dead of Night, the Your Worst Nightmare is painted as well, and a Starduster. Now I really like this loadout, honestly. It's a really underrated cosmetic combination of the Dead of Night and the Starduster. I remember when I initially first saw this, myself and another patron of mine, being Moist, had a discussion about how the Starduster and the Dead of Night is a really underrated cosmetic combination that I don't think I've ever seen a sniper use. It's the fact the cape layers underneath the sleeves and the paint on the Dead of Night going perfectly with the paint on the headband of the Your Worst Nightmare as well. Like, all of these cosmetics just go fantastically together. Another nice touch as well is the use of the Miami Elements sniper. The colour scheme again goes perfectly with the loadout of that kind of purple paint and the purpley pink effects. Just everything is very well colour coordinated here. Up next we have GRAKALOR'S Scout loadout, and it consists of the Cadet Visor, a Universal Translator. This does have the unusual effect of abduction and a thrilling tracksuit. It's also worth noting he's got the Bat Saber and the Kappa, so it's safe to say this is a pretty futuristic loadout for the Scout. I mean, he's got the weapons futuristic, being a literal laser pistol and a lightsaber, and then I really like how the Cadet Visor and the Translator work together. It's like you get this kind of like almost space looking helmet, and then the Cadet Visor kind of coming out from the ear flap region. It's just like a replacement for the grey bands or something that's a little bit more futuristic, or even the Bonk Boy. I just really like this loadout as a whole. I really like the kind of futuristic vibes it gives off, and especially with that abduction effect as well, that really does complement it. Also coming in from GRAKALOR, we have his sniper loadout, and it's safe to say he's a pretty big fan of futuristic loadouts. This time around he's got the Phononaut, the Final Frontiersman, and the Down Under Duster. This is combined with a shooting star and a self-aware beauty mark. So this is a really nice loadout once again. It's like the Phononaut and the Down Under Duster actually go surprisingly well together. It's not a cosmetic combination that I myself would have hypothesized or really thought about putting together, but they really don't look too bad together. And of course the self-aware beauty mark with the shooting star go pretty well together, as they're both pretty futuristically themed. Overall, it's really simplistic as well. The Final Frontiersman and the Down Under Duster mean the arm region is completely covered up. So coming up next is Moist Spy loadout, and this is a very interesting loadout for quite a few reasons. So it consists of a purple energy nano balaclava, a masked flies Lapati Phantom, and a green energy No Mercy. And when you look at this loadout initially, you might think to yourself, oh, it's probably a masked flies No Mercy because it's the cheapest No Mercy you can pick up. But no, this green energy No Mercy was very recently purchased by Moist, and there's a Twitch clip of him essentially paying the owner of the No Mercy, which is Kime. He essentially paid him full price in cash. But this isn't the only loadout he has with these cosmetics. He also has a white energy variant, and we've come to the conclusion that the other variant of this, we're going to be calling it watermelon energy. We've got white energy and we've got watermelon energy because the green and the pink is stacked on top of each other. Which one do you prefer? Sin in my Discord, who's a mod, is a very passionate advocate of the watermelon energy, but the white energy is a classic. The green and pink layered perfectly on top of each other creates a white energy, but the watermelon energy just stands out a little bit more. What do you guys prefer? Coming up next, we have a heavy loadout coming in from NOTALIASING'S. This loadout consists of a Scorching Flames Winter Woodsman, which in itself is a mad unusual, an Antifreeze Antlers, and a Cauldron Bubbles Luchador. The antlers themselves are ridiculously rare. If you've been in unusual trading, you'll know that all class unusual miscs like the viewfinder and the antlers are incredibly rare and expensive to pick up. So the antifreeze ones are very impressive. The Scorching Flames and the Cauldron Bubbles all combining with this just creates a massive sort of green cluster around the character's head. And it's just really interesting to see. And it's also worth noting that on that professional Killstreak Australian minigun that he's using as well, it's also got a green sheen. I'm pretty sure that's mean green or agonizing emerald to be exact. So realistically, this is probably the greenest possible heavy loadout. I mean, I can't really think of any effects that would add to this. Maybe green energy, but I feel like the three he's got going at the moment are a pretty good choice. And also coming in from NOTALIASING, we have a full collector's medic loadout. So this is an absolutely insane. This is the first time I've ever seen a full collector's loadout. And word coming in from NOTALIASING himself, he seems to think this loadout is worth around 250 keys. It consists of a collector's slick cut, a collector's physician's procedure mask, and a collector's Das Feeling Better Bega. I probably said that wrong. And it also has a collector's pro killstreak crossbow, a collector's pro killstreak Kritzkrieg, and a collector's pro killstreak Ubersaw. He also has a collector's pro killstreak Bonesaw for if he gets bored and wants to swap out from the Ubersaw. This is an insane loadout. This is, as I said earlier, I think the first time I've ever seen a full collector's loadout, and it is definitely something to behold. Just the fact that this loadout consists of 250 or so keys in value, and if you didn't see the red borders or you didn't inspect, it would literally look like it costed about 2 keys. It's just insane to me. Collector's items are generally something to behold by, as the name would suggest, only really collectors or people that are keeping the items as sort of like a centerpiece of their inventory. And the fact he has so many of them to where he can make a full loadout is just nothing short of incredible to me. What would you guys do? If you mained medic and you were really passionate about playing the class, would you rather build a 250 key loadout with unusuals or a full collector's item? I feel like the collector's one is more impressive if you get to know the values of each item, but at face value, if you see someone in a server, you would dismiss this as a pretty basic loadout. But one thing we've learnt from NOTALIASING is that he has medic loadouts on abundance. As we've seen in other Patreon loadouts episodes, he always comes in with the flashiest of medic loadouts. And the final loadout for this episode is coming in from PILLZMAN Fox, consisting of a Disco Beatdown Large Luchador, a genuine Wilson's Weave, and a heavy lifter. He's also got a collector's Buffalo Steak Sandwich, so a bit of a reference to the last loadout. This is really nice, honestly. I really like how the Wilson's Weave looks with the Luchador. It almost looks like the mask of the Luchador has got these cool spikes coming off it, and it's one cosmetic being like a face mask with these kind of spikes coming off it. And the heavy lifter as well is, of course, a classic heavy misc. I mean, I've seen so many people use it, and it really can't go wrong. You kind of get this wrestling loadout because you have the wrestling mask and the heavy lifter as well. You get a very hench wrestling heavy. But guys, that is just about it for this episode. If you did enjoy, then please do remember to leave a like and let me know your thoughts down below, along with which of the loadouts in this video was your favourite. The Patreon link is down below if you'd like to consider pledging yourself, but only do so if you are in a financial position to where you can do it comfortably. Thank you again very much for watching, guys, and peace. 4. I'm waiting for a good day, I'm really feeling good, mate, it's never gonna come like skate. 4. I'm so consistent like my heartbeat, always up the top like Vardy. In the scene, nobody's getting past me. You think you're better than me, hardly. I'm a once like a one-man army. Gotta grind up and get myself a car G. up a nice job at the palm trees, but until then I'll focus on my